I walked into a company where the previous stakeholder had fired multiple project managers. The development team was struggling, morale was at rock bottom, and I quickly realised there were a few things going on. One was that the team was heavily male dominated, and there was one developer who had essentially appointed himself as an official lead. But here's the thing, he couldn't actually lead the team. He was micromanaging everyone, questioning every decision, and completely destroying team morale. Meanwhile, there was this incredibly talented developer named Jamie who was being completely overlooked. When I first sat down with Jamie, I asked her how she was doing. But I didn't just ask and move on, I actually waited for the answer. And what I heard broke my heart. She told me that she felt invisible in meetings, that her ideas were being dismissed, and that she was struggling to balance work with being a new mum to a young baby. In a male-dominated team, she felt like she had to work twice as hard to prove herself, especially now that she was also a new mum. She felt like she was drowning. So we kept talking. I asked about her career goals and what she really wanted, and what was holding her back. Jamie told me she'd always wanted to be a team lead, but she felt like nobody saw her potential. She was worried that having a baby meant she'd never get the opportunity. She was exhausted from trying to prove herself while managing sleepless nights at home. Now here's where most managers would have said, thanks for sharing, and just moved on with their life. But asking how someone is doing means nothing if you don't act on what you hear. We worked together to create a flexible schedule that worked around her life as a new parent, and we identified her strengths and started giving her leadership opportunities on smaller projects. Over the next few months, I watched Jamie transform. Her confidence grew, the team started looking to her for guidance, and it became clear she was exactly the leader that this team needed. So we made it official. Jamie became the team lead. The micromanaging developer, well, he stepped back into a role that actually suited his skills elsewhere in the company. Team morale skyrocketed, projects started getting delivered on time, and Jamie, she's now one of the strongest technical leaders I've ever worked with. But here's what I learned. The difference between a throwaway "how are you doing" and actually caring isn't just in the asking, it's in the listening and the follow-up. And most importantly, the action you take afterward. When you ask someone how they're doing, are you prepared to hear the real answer? And more importantly, are you ready to do something about it? Real leadership isn't about having all the answers, it's about creating the space for people to share their truth and then supporting them to become who they're meant to be. Next time you check in with your team, don't just ask the question, actually listen to the answer.